Greetings, fellow Southern Cameroonians at home and abroad. I want to salute una all and for welcome una once more for the People's Right Advocative platform. Una all una be highly welcome. Today, as una know for social media, everywhere na Capo Daniel A, Capo Daniel, Port Dan Don, Port Nova Don. Today we don't come for come break and down for una. And today we want to tackle a very, very important and very sensitive topic wey na the assassination of Senator Semende. Una know Semende Kemende, he been a very good friend of mine, would not be a friend for a long time, right from the beginning of this struggle. He will be one of those who will contact me as the people for diaspora for explain wetin dey go on for diaspora for ground zero, sometimes for consult. And even when he'd want to interview them or delegate session for parliament, he'd always consult with me on that note. So I don't come for know ye, for love ye, and for respect ye a lot, even when we get differences, as we know very well. We were stance that always been as will be against Southern Cameroonian them for participate for Cameroon, their politics as representatives them for our territory, because we challenge the sovereignty of Cameroon during this time for this war. So a lot of that said, out of a sudden, some message wey I been put out more than 1 year ago, it then be recirculated back again for media, the mainstream media for ground zero, because mainstream media for Cameroon, no, you know mean I say mainstream media for all over the world, but for the mainstream media, them like me for Cameroon News Agency, those credible news sources, them they don't rejuvenate the issue again for the killing and assassination of Senator Kemende. So I will take my time today for really give una every information will be available so that una go fit be informed, una go fit be able to make una own assessment for wetin dey happen and know the truth, and also for accountability sake. So I don't always tell una say the revolution shall not be televised, and this will be very important. Through this our revolution, we don't know how they set up television channel them, like how we set up the SCBC for South Africa. It will be enough for push the agenda for Amazonia. All the news agents want to see around the world, CNN, Al Jazeera, all of them get their own history for their foundation and why they will put up those structure them. For CNN, you get George Soros. For Fox News, you get Sanders and all those other people that don't create news network for push their agenda. I want to need to understand. For inside Cameroon, Mememefo na a pro Maurice Kamto journalist. That platform they be highly supported by Maurice Kamto, their network. Now say they take and forget in news, now say they take and for push agenda. News agency like the Cameroon News Agency, now a agency where they focus mainly for SDF and other opposition movement them. So get other news member that will need to respect them. That is how the world work. They are doing their job as journalists, but we know so they get a political leaning where they follow up. So these groups, when Adeba talks say the revolution shall not be televised, now because I want more people to understand, say the reason why these people they nobody talk about our struggle the way we want them, or the way we go benefit the agenda for independence or separation or self-determination as a whole. Number one, now say the opposition, they want to use this struggle for show say Paul Biya na a bad leader. Now person we know the managed government find as a campaign instrument for fight for power change. So they go they talk about our struggle, but at the same time they need to talk and say they want me the struggle go forward. They go want to paint a caricature image about our struggle and the various personality them for the struggle. So when they post things that they go always talk, they promote people the way they be very stupid, promote images the way they be very bad. So when una they glad say they talk about our struggle, make una not forget, say they need to talk now because they want the same thing like us. But then get that right for do what they do. We no fit attack them for expressing their right as journalists. That said, one of the trigger where it make me for make this presentation today, now this young man where they call Ben Wheel. The next time I go put up a picture because it hide behind anonymous profile for begin the push dangerous agenda then way it go hurt our people. And as a vanguard for our people, any man way it become a danger to our people, I will expose that person. I know your identity, I don't get video calls with you, I don't get several communication with you, I get a picture People the way they know ye, they don't give me picture and other things them. So this one na my last warning for you. If you go after Ambazonian people them or Southern Cameroonians them, you put their life at risk, I will make sure that you are held accountable by putting your picture out there so that people can also hold you personally accountable for the things you do when you hide behind anonymous Facebook pages. So this guy Ben Will, he put out a publication where he basically talks say this video na a video for the announcement wey I bin make am after Senator Kemende was assassinated in Bamenda. I bin make a video based on the information wey I bin get am at that instance. And una know say for media, you need to deliver information speedily so that you go fit control the narrative and to protect the interests for the political agenda wey dey. So when something happen, we dey make sure say we gather the information, put am the way we dey so that we go fit guide the narrative for wetin really happen. So this idiot, this coward, these are the real traitors of Ambazonia. Because when the population trusts you as an activist, they trust you as a leader, they trust you as somebody for diaspora, for talk on their behalf, they expect you to protect their interests and stand up for them. But when we get group of people the way, the only interest wey they protect them, na group the way they save them, it is show we say they don't betray the trust for the people of ground zero, they don't become traitors. So now the guy this, he talk say, me then listen, wait to what I talk am for Kemende after I don't take money for Cameroon government. Without any evidence, I don't take any money for Cameroon government. But usually, you know, say when people they make accusation where they don't get no evidence, not just a reflection of their own heart and their own desire. Maybe they will join the struggle if we say they go can't get money or something like that. So anytime a person they take decision where they need to understand them, their conclusion it reflect not only their own because they talk so where you get stick for your eye. How if you do see stick for you do see stick for all money eye because you see that through their own stick. So the one are just nonsense. It talks I be talk say na Cameroon army key Kemende. And then now I talk say no be Cameroon army key Kemende. It mean na say I be that La Republic don't give me money, I don't take money. That one na just illogical thinking, na just wrong thinking, na just thinking for people the way they don't become brain dead because they don't be poisoned by the partisanship way they go on for our struggle. Then we join the struggle now for fight for the population, not before fight for our individual groups them or our affiliations them. Because some of the people that when they don't join a group or they become close to a group, it then not like they don't get in their own position where they secure them for them. But that is not what this struggle is all about. Before I go for the details, I will take a step by step what happen with Kemende so that me all man know exactly what to be the truth. Because the truth you don't need to over label yourself. Then you don't need to advertise paracetamol. You just tell the truth, people will know the truth because the evidence are out there. Any man where you supposed to talk for public, you supposed to get that commitment and that dedication for be able to do basic research before you want to talk anything for public. Definitely, people like Ben Will and many egg of C or IG or people the way they did for the other organization of Ambazonia. The people them, their brain they are lost. They focus their fight now about their group, their leader, their ideology, not be about the population. Because if Ben Will if he care about the real thing will happen, if they care about the truth, if they care about the facts, the victim, Kemende, his family, and all of us Southern Cameroon, because they want a big loss for this intellect, for we for lost this big brain, outspoken person, and a big loss for we Southern Cameroonians, and for me personally. So before I go for the video, it talks say Kemende reach out for me because he get good relationship with Egg of C. Maybe when I know something, when I be join Egg of C get na only one army for ground. They begin na only ADF when na one camp where they be starting for daddy. That can be commode, it come for Lebialem, it can be base for Lebialem. Very soon then commode and go for Batibo, where they for Efam. Ntanka, Allah come na me I bring them all for ADF, me then can join ADF. I join ADF with forces then when na me I recruit for back for ground zero, where big pass the ADF. The whole Mundankwe for boys for Mundankwe na me I bring them for ADF. The boy them for talk and do for inside Menchu, na me I bring them for inside ADF. The connection for various part them for inside Ambazonia. They come for Captain Small Pikin, na me I bring them for inside ADF. So the way we come they operate for Ambazonia and I say when they talk say come, you know mean I say come na place where soldier they don't train they like contemporary camp like Cameroon they give military camp, boy they stay they know. Come jo mean I say person where they gather gun, man where they hide gun them. and places they hide that gun at their camp. People they hide that gun for some place. All man they go about they do a day-to-day business. If they get show, they don't get operation, they go call people, they meet up for that camp. They go come for it, they go share gun and they carry and go. So some now say they so some camp they will get people there and come up for Bansor, different area there. But that can be based now for some specific place. The way I do now say I take soldier them for different places and where I camp for know them as this struggle be start. Boy the way they pick up gun. One the way they decide for fight. I try for merge them. And I be more competent than the whole of AGOFC. The network where I get them, it be bigger than the whole of AGOFC. So, Kemende, Senator Kemende, na me I was chat than this. Na Kemende that from my way no know a number, ma open a me see look in number. That is the number of Senator Kemende. We are in the chat. What chat go back, Sute right from 2016 when the struggle video start. He consult with me when he go to TV. He go send me 9 messages and that way he send for me. He go send for me. We will discuss, we will consult, we will brainstorm about plenty things. Then, so many of these people, they're a personal friend of mine. They let my papa them because through this struggle, they don't admire what they do. They don't consult with me. Many of these friends, I lost a lot of friends when I joined the AGOFC, to be honest with you. Now, them benefit from my associate for being associated with me. Maybe me I benefit from them. That said, I might no need for begin play audio then comment. Kemende audio them. See, now Kemende messages for New Year. Now my picture that way put them. Sense past king. He call me chairman. Sense past king, sometimes president. So I don't win the respect of a lot of intellect in Southern Cameroon. A lot. But I want to take on through the timeline of what really happened to this great man, great Southern Cameroonian, Senator Kemende. What happened before he died? Of course, people like Benwil, they don't care about the facts. The fact that he posted that announcement I made early on just shows you that his main objective is not about Kemende's demise or who did it or the truth, but it's just about fighting for leadership. Because currently I'm the leader of the Ambazonian struggle in terms of my influence over the struggle and in terms of my activity to push the right of self-determination. So they are all concerned about leadership. That is all it is about them. Trying everything they can do to discredit me and affect my credibility. That is their objective. It has nothing to do with our people, nothing to do with you. They don't care about our people. They don't care about Senator Kemende. If they care about Senator Kemende, they would easily know what happened because the information is out there for everybody to see. So what really happened that fateful evening to Senator Kemende that he died? Who killed him? I'm going to play the videos and audios so that our people are properly informed. I'll start with this image. I'm sorry that some of those videos some of the screenshots I have not uploaded in my computer, but I'll put them as we go. But this video, I want to play the first video, is the houseboy or the worker of Kemende who lives with him and who reported on what happened. But before that, I want to play the video. To be fair, I want to play the video that young man, that traitor, betrayer of our people, Bill he referred to. Let me play the video he referred to, and then I'll explain to you people what is going on. Then I will come back to give you people the other videos. So this is the first video that was published by this guy and many other people. Ambazonians, this is Capo Daniel. I have come today to brief you about the assassination in Bamenda of Barrister Henry Kemende. Barrister Henry Kemende, who was a Pan-Cameroonian SDF member of La République Parliament, who was doing so against the witch of our people, was a strong critic of Mr. Paul Biya, and was also against Cameroon prosecution of this genocidal war against Ambazonia.
He was assassinated in Bamenda following his kidnapping in Mobile petrol station by 4 Cameroon military French-speaking officers. They approached him while he was filling his jeep with petrol.
So, as you hear very well, I stated that Kemende originally, was killed by 4 Cameroon military officers. So, according to Ben Will and all these partisan people, they are using that announcement I made to show that I have received money from Cameroon before I now say that Kemende was killed by Ayabacho because I have a personal vendetta against Ayabacho. No, that is not true. Even if I have a reason to be angry with Ayabacho, when it comes to our struggle, our public affairs, we do not inject our personal biases in those things. We work based on facts. So I will tell you people why I changed the original story. How did I put this original story? Was I just making up story or trying to cover up for something? Or was that the truth that Kemende was killed by 4 Cameroon army or not? This is the truth. And if the fact that he was killed by Cameroon army, so the fact you would mean that Ben Will and the Ague of Sea people who are now sharing this message, they are now saying that it was true that Kemende was killed by the Cameroon army. Let me tell you why I said he was killed by the Cameroon army, and I was not the only one. So here is a publication from Yerima, who is the head of the IG. He was the vice chair of Sisika Yoktabi. I don't know if I'm picking the right old picture. So this is Yerima's post as well. No. This is not the one. Excuse me. Let me get the right one. I'm sorry. I just barely had time to gather the media material to post here. So this is a post publicized by the IG network. If you can see, it says that this is the State Department, Southern Cameroon Foreign Affairs, Ambazonia. Senator Kemende, as you can read from my back, was killed by members of Cameroon military. So I was not the only one who came out to say that Kemende was killed by the Cameroon military. This is Yerima, the IG. This is the IG's publication here. So, sorry, I'm unable to get the picture in a place where everybody can read it for themselves. But Yerima of the IG also came out and said that Kemende was killed by the Cameroon army. How did we come to the conclusion that he was killed by the Cameroon army? Initially, I personally was contacted by one of the people who helped Kemende from the car in my two and struggled to get him to the hospital in PMI in Quen to be cured. Kemende died in the hands of that man. And this man, he was a bike man. There were many of them there who were witness to what happened. They said that there were 4 men in the vehicle of Kemende. That vehicle was seized. He was kidnapped in Mobi Quen, and they brought him up in Quen. It looks like he was having a fight with them. In that fight, they stabbed him on his chest with a knife. And that is how he bleeded and he died. And he was telling the guy, take me to hospital, I give money, I will pay you. I think if people hear my live show during that period, I recounted the story exactly how I got it from ground zero. So it turned out that he was not killed even by a knife. He was shot on the chest. It was bullet wound. But those people were not, they were people who were from the street. They may not be good observers, but sometimes it is not unusual for people to see blood on somebody and they don't know where. Me, I've been in a situation of gun. I've had those lessons, so I can tell you people it can happen. They can shoot you and you don't even know that you have been hit by a bullet. Sometimes you can just see blood coming out of your skin. You don't even know what happened. So it was not unusual that those people were not trained. They might have not examined his body to see exactly what happened. But what they said was that Kemende was stabbed. The guys that shoot some guns around my two there. Some people ran away. The bike people, they came. Kemende was crying. They helped him, tried to take him to the hospital, and he died. So that was the initial basis for this report. But when you put those reports, And my instinct was to protect the liberation struggle based on the fact that there were indications that those people were Cameroon army. They had guns in their jackets. They could be undercover army. They had a knife, a military knife. Based on that fact that they have a military knife, which is not very common amongst Amazonian fighters, I came to the conclusion that Kemende was killed by the Cameroon army. But a few days later, I was contacted by a lawyer in Bamenda, which I want to keep him anonymous. Information came out that a lawyer was kidnapped by Amazonian fighters of the ADF. How did they know that they were the ADF? The lawyer was kidnapped and a ransom of 2.3 million was collected from his family. In that transaction, they were dealing with the ADF soldiers in Tanka, based on what they were saying. They gave 2.3 million. They released that lawyer. Where they took that lawyer to keep that lawyer in their camp, the lawyer saw the vehicle of Kemende. And those boys told that lawyer that they are going to do to you what they did to Kemende if you don't pay ransom. So when that information came to me, it was now clear to me that I have indication that Kemende was assassinated by the ADF. And it made sense to me then, because when Kemende came to Bamenda, he called me and told me that, Kapo, I want to go village. I beg, I want me to call boy them, tell them, say, I come for village. If not small thing, they have give them for go for village, which is very normal. Most of our senators, parliamentarians, and all these people, we have always said it. I've said it public. If they want to go to village, they need to contact us. They need to show respect to the boys who are there. Tell them their intention. If it's just to visit family, it has nothing to do with politics. They are coming to bury a loved one, to participate in a traditional ceremony. They could be allowed to come and do those things on certain conditions. So he had contacted me to facilitate his return to the village, his visit to the village. And I informed Ayabacho, I tell Ayabacho, say, Kemende, don't contact me, you want to go village. Now how they do? Ayabacho reaction was, me will arrest him, me catch him. I tell you, say, no, the man na my man. Na my man, me here and he talk for a long time. Na man way, even in interview, the way they go do them for CRTV, Equinox, all those things, them, I even give you idea them. I tell you, say, pa, you know talk so, why you know be talk so, you need for talk so. Defend your picking them. So now I had that conversation with Ayabacho. Now it makes sense to me that he had went ahead to carry out that attempt to arrest Kemende. Why? Based on the description on what happened, the intention was to kidnap him. They held him in Mobi Nkwen. Based on the eyewitnesses, they brought him to he was fighting to run away from the car when that thing happened before he was shot, based on what people were saying. And I had been tipped off by an ADF soldier who came to me and tell me that Kemende moto de for camp. Kemende moto de for camp, for that very place where they put tanker de cash motor them for time go hide them for day. Right around my I think in Queen area day. They used to go hide motor them for day. Then lie say na A4, no, they not be A4. A4 be engaged in that type of conversation. Say na allergy. Argument they come say na allergy the thief motor the capital for day. They say na ADF. But based on my conversation with the people that were part of the investigation for ground, so they will show say na ADF they put motor them for that very camp. And the negotiation that for people they catch a motor go and they do an honor through ADF them. So now why that way sometime a dead man way down pass away, it used to talk someone need accuse you for all things that happen for inside food area day. And today the ADF don't take control, then they for that camp as I talk for that. So there is no doubt about what happened with Kemende. Based on the tip where we get and say they don't see motor for camp, based on the testimony for the lawyer, that testimony is even quoted in an Amnesty International report. I don't know if it's Amnesty or Human Rights report. Let me see if this is a report. Okay, yeah, this is a report. So this is a human rights report that explains what happened. They say separatist fighters then catch a lawyer, take that lawyer for the camp. He paid over 3,000 US dollar for ransom. And in his captivity, he witnessed and he saw the vehicle of Kemende there. That is a testimony said by the lawyer. So I know we can't change my mind or can't talk different story now because say some man pay my money. No, we just follow the evidence. These are the evidence. There was an eyewitness. There was information from Amazonian fighters in the ADF that indicated to me that the car was there. A journalist confirmed a captive, a kidnapped victim confirmed that this was the case. And there were some victims of kidnapping that in their conversation they talk about Ayabacho being involved. I have all those audios. So this is what was happening. He was clearly in the camp of the ADF. Why you will be very suspicious about the motive why Ayabacho would have ordered for his arrest or his killing, whatever he did, that ended with Kemende being assassinated. Number first thing is, this lawyer, when that information came, they tell me say, that lawyer talk say they see Kemende in moto for day. And I be very angry about the fact that Kemende didn't die. And Ayabacho be being mute. Ayabacho and Ayamba, because Ayamba and Ayabacho are the people who called the shot for the ADF, were on the ground. What I did was I advised that lawyer, go to the Cameroon military and make a report. Let it be on the file that you have filed a report, which he did. And you look at that report, you will tell you that Kemende was killed, I think, on the 12th or something like that. On the 18th, after this lawyer was released and after paying ransom, he went to the Cameroon police on the 18th of January and made a report that he was kidnapped by the ADF, by so and so camp. He was taken to so and so location, and he saw the car of Kemende in that location on the 18th. You would imagine that if Kemende, the Cameroon army or the Cameroon government was interested that a high-profile person such as Senator Kemende was killed, they will react on that information. That report is still there. It's on the file till today as I'm talking to you. It is even quoted by this Amnesty Human Rights Watch report. So the Cameroon military did not react. They didn't do anything. For several weeks, they knew the people who assassinated Kemende. They did nothing, and they know they were ADF fighters. I've given you proof where Cameroon military have give weapons to the ADF, give bullets to the ADF. I've shown you those evidence. So they knew where the fighters who killed Kemende were. They know their camp, they know their location, and why did they not act? So Mango do talk say they no be go act now because they know those boys them, they know what they go on. I will get very good intelligence way indicate why the Cameroon military did not act. It be sure say the people the way they ran there for Cameroon their power, where they fight for Cameroon for protect, where they don't take the jobs and they fight against Amazonia. Paul Atanganji where they get relevance. Felix Mbayu, Konda Titus, and all these people them. They began try. I don't know about Konda Titus involved in this particular case, but the high level people of the Cameroon government where they ran the benefit for this war. They be try for convince Paul Biya make them replace Kemende. Inside Cameroon, their CPDM Central Committee, there was an effort. These are tips given by insiders. There was an effort led by Paul Atanganji to replace Kemende with his friends, which was rejected by the CPDM Central Committee and Paul Biya because they think that Kemende is a good actor in their show to show the world that Cameroon is democratic country. They didn't want Kemende to be replaced. They wanted him to be in parliament making his noise. It shows that Cameroon is democratic. So what did they do? They had likely approached Ayabacho or the ADF or whoever, or Ayamba, who we call the shot for the ADF, and make an arrangement for Kemende to be wiped out. Because when I gave that information to Ayabacho, his instinct was like, immediately, let us pick him up. And I objected. So that is an intel that gave me an insight of possible motives why he was picked, why he was peeled out. And there are many publications that talks about those attempts to replace Kemende. And we know that anybody who is against Atanganji Paul, who have now developed a strong network within the Cameroon intelligence that fight this war, end up dead. Ask yourself, why is Ayabacho in particular and the ADF always very harsh on the SDF members, who are all enemies of Paul Atanganji? Look at how they treated the John Frundi, compared with how they treat Achiriachu. Achiraju lived in peace in Santa. He was never disturbed. He died and was buried in his home peacefully. He's a friend of Paul Atanji or the friend of Paul Bia. John Fundi, who was an enemy to Atanji Paul, they did everything. They said they would dig his grave. They did everything to dishonor him. Is that not connections that people can see by themselves about the political motivation why Kemende was killed? These are not things that are done because somebody have bribed somebody. If somebody bribed somebody, why would I be talking up against Paul Atanji or even mentioning his name in implication of the motives behind the mafia that took place before Kemende was killed? So these are logical conclusions that a rational person like me, who stands for justice and the people, will have to see. Because I was working in the Hague of Sea and things was playing out far after the death of Kemende, I did not come out to make public statement to recount these events, but I had made it severally that new information have come out. We now know that Kemende was killed by Amazonian fighters. How did we know that Kemende was killed by Amazonian fighters and not the Cameroon military? Weeks after we have had intelligence that the vehicle of Kemende was in the ADF camp, a witness from a civilian, a lawyer who is a proper observer, a learned person who knows how to observe things, identified the vehicles of Kemende. The boys who the ADF boys took the cars of the vehicles of Kemende to carry out an operation in Bamenda. I'll come to that shortly, but before that, let me play the video of the worker of Kemende who recounted what happened so that you can know that the vehicle was in the hands of the people that killed Senator Kemende. So this is the voice and picture of a worker of Kemende describing what happened that fateful.
Yesterday, around 3:30, I closed from work. Yes, I closed for work. Go back for house. Go reach house. My boss still called me back. Say, well, come back home. Can't take more to go buy Mimbo.
So his boss is Senator Kemende. So this is like the houseboy or the person that runs the errands of Kemende explaining to my media prime what happened on that fateful morning. So let's listen.
Around 3:30, I closed from work. Yes, I closed for work. Go back for house. Go reach house. My boss still called me back. Say, well, come back home. Can't take more to go buy Mimbo. I come back, can't take more to go down for Commercial Avenue, buy Mimbo. Come back, I meet you. Around 5:30, we'll leave for his front door. He said he went to a friend them. I go me back for house. Then afterward, they call me, they tell me, say, no, they don't shoot far. As I come, we go reach for hospital. They show me come out for house, so now we go leave work around 7:30. We go leave work around 7:30. Now for day it happened. And then, presently, we don't know play motor. They shoot it, they take a motor, go with them. And then, they take a phone. They use the phone for some few hours, go for around past 10 for night. The phone is today online. Where they show they still use the phone.
So when I hear, these are the facts. No man will pay anybody. These are the facts. Those who are dreaming or who have ambition about money should stop projecting their own fantasies on others. These are the facts. He was killed. His killer took away the vehicle. And what happened with the vehicle? The vehicle was next seen on, I think, almost 1 month after, on the 13th of February 2022, where the ADF launched an attack against a petrol station. They call it the Bokum petrol station. And we have the pictures of the publication of that event. It was published by Mimime 4. This is the publication of Mimime 4. So you can see the publication of Mimime 4. It says, gunmen, military gunned down 3 robbers in Bamenda. The men of the underworld had robbed a filling station and were attempting to escape in the car belonging to Senator Henry Kemende when the soldier opened fire. So Remember that Mimi Mefo had changed his appellation for what was happening in Bamenda to use unknown gunmen because of my pressure, which I pressurized her because she was often calling ADF because I was the commander-in-chief of ADF, the deputy defense chief and the spokesperson. I lobbied her not to be using those names. But he is describing the ADF fighters who carry out that operation. 3 of them were killed. Those are their weapons. One of them ran away with the vehicle. So these are the report that she filed that day. I want to read the report. It says, several Southern Cameroon activists have been shot dead recently in Bamenda, Buea, and Limbe in what appeared to be a targeted assassination. According to local human rights groups, the vice president of no, this is a different report. Let me get you this report. It's important that everybody knows the fact. This is a report from Mimi Mefo. She said, CAM have reinstated in my Sixnkwen, Bamenda, after Cameroon army killed 3 thieves. These men of the underworld robbed a filling station in this. Okay. The thief completely looted and took off with their vehicles. A few meters from the scene, the military launched an ambush, killing 3 of them on the spot. One of them managed to escape. This came barely weeks when similar events took place in Blessing filling station at St. Paul Junction, Maitirinkwen. Given that the robbers were in possession with the car that belongs to Senator Kemende, it is believed that they were part of the people who conducted the assassination of the opposition leader. That is Mimi Mefo. So can somebody say that the initial report that we made was right? No. Any rational person seeing evidence, seeing how things are developing, will come to the conclusion that that initial report was wrong. So who then killed Kemende? It was the ADF, of course. Later on, the Cameroon military raided the camp where Kemende's vehicle was found. The car of Kemende was recovered at the scene. Suspiciously, when I came out to make the declaration of the connection of Ayabacho to this case, all the website of Konda titles that carried the initial video of the vehicle of Kemende that was recovered were all deleted. I've struggled to look for the videos that were posted by Konda titles. They have all deleted the pictures. So why are they always trying to protect Chuayaba? Why? We have seen effort by those who are claiming to fight against Ambazonia that they are all fake. Look at Salai Law Firm. All their fake report about what is happening in Ayabacho is all fake. They never wanted to catch Ayabacho because the people who are making this money from this war, like I told you people in the beginning, it is their interest that the war continue. That you have people who are injecting themselves, continue to radicalize. They want radicalization to continue. Konda titles always come and try to instigate Amazonian fighters to be radical. When they construct road, if you think that anybody works for Cameroon and then they are constructing road, the person will even want to hide it and make it to go ground so that the project will continue. But Konda titles will want to bring it and show it and provoke Amazonian soldiers in that area. Wanna go attack them. Even when you want to understand their behavior, look at even Moja. The false flag attack they have been carrying in Fako under the name of Mountain Lions until they killed a family member of Peter Mafane Musonge because they want to show that the fighting is going on to justify their existence. So we are now trapped in a situation where people who initially were recruited by the Cameroon government to fight Ambazonian fighters, they don't want their job to finish and their contracts to get to an end. They are now being motivated by money. Ask yourself that if Konda Titus was actually fighting for any political thing or fighting with Cameroon, he would have been even welcoming what I'm doing, but he's not. He's attacking me. Why? Because now I'm fighting the excesses of our soldiers. So I'm fighting our soldiers basically. And he was doing that for money, being instigated for pay from the Cameroon government. Ataranji Pauls who were there, they that they want to fight against Amazonian independence. So now, somebody way down can talk say he want now something other than independence. They see and like say, they defeat their raison d'etre. They defeat the reason why they exist. So they no want them. They no want me. They prefer a radical people there. So you will see sometimes they come against me. You should understand how politics work. But they do not wait till they do. And for me, I be a man of the people. I be motivated. Oh, my only motivation is to protect our people. It's a matter of principle. This guy, Ben Will, this is his screenshot with me, my chat with him. Let me cover the other ones so that people can see his chat. This is my chat with the Ben Will. No, not this one. This is my chat with the Ben Will. This is a screenshot of my chat with this same Ben Will asking me to go after 10 Kobo. That is what he's saying. Basically sharing me somebody that was killed on alive by 10 Kobo, saying that Kapo Daniel 10 Kobo has done it again. The name of this guy is Rudolph in Bekura. So he wanted me to go against 10 Kobo because 10 Kobo was unaliving our civilians, committing atrocity. But now that the ADF is committing atrocity, he thinks that me going against the ADF, it means I've taken money from La Republic. So did he take money from La Republic to go after 10 Kobo? Did Sikor Johnson took money from La Republic to go after the ADF? So these are those people who have been consumed by partisan politics. And if he does this type of stupidity again, I'm going to put out his image there so that people can know. There are people close to him who have provided his image to me so that he can be held accountable by the public, the court of public opinion as well on what he's doing. Why will you be fighting against one Amazonian group's excesses and not against all Amazonian group excesses? Except you are not there for the people, you are just there for your own group. That's why our groups will criticize each other, but when it comes to their own, they are mute. But they criticize Ayabacho because they think he's leading at that time. When he's not there, they go mute. It is not supposed to be like that. That is the real betrayal, where our people betray the public trust that have been given to them to stand and speak up for the people. So our people have to know this truth about what happened to Senator Kemende. It is very important that they know the truth on how he died. He was assassinated in Ground Zero by the ADF under the order, I believe, of Cho Ayaba, who did so for, it was a hit and hired case. Ayaba and Ayamba are the people who called the shot for those cases. I'll play some audios from Pachi Etanu for you people to understand the mafias that are going on in Ground Zero. Some of this one was arguments that were going on when I was having problem with the Ague of Sea. I want to tell you how wicked these people are, so that any normal person should know that you should not be supporting the Ague of Sea or even be close to the people. Lucas Asu, initially, when we were having those arguments when I left the Ague of Sea, was trying to get JC of the ADF to attack my family back in Ground Zero, not me here, back in Ground Zero, for political arguments we were having during that time. Nothing else. They just came out to lie. Let me play those audios so that you people should hear and get a clearer picture of what is happening on the ground.
Hello, Jogoman.
So
yes, I don't hear.
So this is Pachi Etanu, who was later killed by the ADF. Let me put up his picture. For power grab, because they are trying to fight against my influence in the camps of the ADF, as you know very well. So this is the picture of Pachi Etanu. This is a beautiful, nice pa that was assassinated because he supported me, for basically. So let me put the past picture there. I'll play his audio. This is his audio to JC of Tanka.
Yes, I don't hear. I don't follow that this thing and follow Lucas Asu, but I come to conclude say, may we know the fight amongst ourselves, may the grass suffer. Yes. The thing we did in I say, we have to look at the two sides. Who is fighting for the interests of the people and who is not fighting for the interests of the people? Because if we don't get a ceasefire, we'll get a ceasefire would have had a way forward. But now the talks for the ceasefire failed. Why? Because of some people who are too stiff. So we will not do something where it will be against the people or against the international community. Because I think say if this man is acting because he's following the international community instruction. Who are the people that will help us? Yes. Except we don't want to be free.
So Pa was advising JC about my conflict with Ayabacho, which everybody know. They want to claim that it was bribery. No, we had a disagreement. I was saying that we should follow instructions, we should follow the directions that we could see from the international community. The Hague of Sea and Abacho was against that. And because I decided to resign, they asked JC and the other, Lucas Asu, not Ayabacho, asked them to attack my family in Ground Zero. Listen, so when you people see that Lucas Asu, know that he's an evil man. He's Satan incarnate. He's a devil in human form. Listen.
If we don't want to be free, okay, then let's keep fighting against amongst ourselves. So we should not act like robots. We should reason and see who is fighting for the interests of the people. Yes. We make laws, but when they break, we modify the laws so that the people can move on. And the international community will see that these are people who are reasoning. We should not just act like robots. Just because we have said it must be like this, let it be like that. No, that is not what I like. This man is just from an international conference where he has been invited, and they have discussed so many things that knows that will push the struggle ahead. Yes, because the other people do not want to follow up. International community is like people who are flexible, not people who are just stiff and standing on one spot. So if you think that you can take side with those people that don't want progress, okay, then I have nothing to say. If your head is on your shoulder, reason between the two people and see who is fighting for the interests of the people. Yes. No yana talk propaganda, talk political, talk say the man this, the man work like republic, the man work with this, the man black leg, the man thief man, the man, all those things are all politics which will not help us in any way. Well, if we think that doing what people want to do, as Lucas is saying, will take us forward, then no problem.
Doing what you people want to do, as Lucas is saying, so you can hear. The next thing was a death threat to Pa that was carried out the day Pa went to the camp and took picture of Rambo, who was killed, and sent that picture to me. And this is the last audio JC sent to Pa before he came to their house and execute Pa in front of his family. Listen.
I need the mind whether who do it, I did do now wait till I see am for my eye. Because nobody will come and face my bullet. All of them are there eating their shawarmas and their hamburger. Yes. If you no get waiting for talk, you stay quiet. Now because he like for just for us go on air without contacting people. Now the people waiting there for they the face wait you read the face. If he talks say go open a
so
that will put
now we the fight for the ground. I need the mind whether who do it, I did do now wait.
So
You talk when you talk, you know who I know will even talk anything again with you because it shows you just dare you now for say anything we talk you find a way to wait no. I know go talk nothing again concerning you even with you and they talk me no nothing again. You see me so I know like I need to talk. I need to go back when I get my talk, I talk for a direct. Yes. Now we there for here, now we decide. You know, get no right for talk anything we know I decide that.
So that is how they did, and they came and they assassinate Pa for political reasons, for power reason. These are murderers. They are not people there fighting for Ambazonia. They are not murdering people for Ambazonian's sake, like they'll be doing that against the Cameroon military. They are murdering people for their power, their greed, their envy. Those are the scums. So this guy, Ben Will, and anybody who is following Egg of Sea, they should come to their senses. If you deceive yourself that they are persecuting Ayabacho or anybody is going against the Egg of Sea because of any other reason than what they are doing, the murdering, you cannot pretend that you don't know. And I will tell you people some of the things that happen, why you see things are the way they are. There was a time when the Human Rights Watch, they put out a report in 2000, that same year, 2022, when Kemende was killed in June, where Ayabacho was subsequently banned from going to the United States. What happened? At that time, I had not even come out to make any statement that Kemende was killed by Cho's order. I didn't even make that statement at that time, but people knew what was happening. It's not noise on social media. The report of the Amnesty International said that 7 of our civilians were killed, 6 injured, a girl was raped. That was in January that same year. Over 82 people were kidnapped. Amongst them, 33 were students. 5 of them were teachers. They were beaten up. This report was done by Eleria Aloguzzi, how they call this, the Italian name. She's a researcher for Human Rights Watch. So, after they made this report about what was happening on the ground, that happened when, for the first time, the University of Bamenda was attacked. The report was shared to me, to Chris Anu, to Daphne Yerima, to Ebenezer Kwanga. These are the people who accepted to receive the report. The other Ambazonian leaders, they rejected to receive the report. According to that report, 38 people were interviewed to get the facts of those reports that were given to us. Amongst the 38 people, 27 were victims. That means people who were victimized. And the rest were relatives and eyewitness that testified to those reports. They had medical records from hospitals and they had videos that were circulated on social media to back their report. And amongst all of us, I think the Human Rights Report they even mentioned it there. So let me look if I have that report. If I can see if I have the report to put it up here. But I think from the date of that report, you can search it. That was a report where my name was mentioned. I'm not sure if this is the right picture, but I'll just put it up there so that all people can get. Yeah, this is it. This is a Human Rights Report. On the 10th of May, between the 10th of May to the 1st of May to the 10th of May, this is 2022. Human Rights Watch shared findings to representative of major separatist group. Spokesperson of the interim government, Sako, Chris Anu, President of the interim government, Debney, and the Deputy Defense of ADF, and Cho Ayaba. Amongst all these people that this report were given to them, only Daniel responded. So amongst all the people that were given this report, all of the Amazonian groups, those who refused to take it, those who read it are the names that appeared there. I was the only one who responded. And that particular day, that struggle could have ended. I've told you people about this many times because our people take things for joke. They need to take things seriously. Because the UN could have dealt with Ambazonia a serious blow. But do our people even know what they are fighting for? Even if the blow had came, would they even know? Even if the war gets to an end, would they even know? So what happened? There was an incident where BBCHS, that means Cameroon Baptist Convention Health Services, that's the NGO, that is a group for the Baptist hospitals. Their staffs were coming back. Where was that thing in my record? Their staffs were coming back from, they were passing around my 90 there. Some of the boys of the Buffaloes had a roadblock there from what we knew. and they opened fire on that vehicle and they shot I think that girl was 39. Let me see. That girl was a 46-year-old nurse. Her name is called Jeanette Soeak. The bullet caught that girl inside that vehicle on her head. She fell to the ground and died. It was an international crisis. When that news came, I went to the boys and I asked them what happened, and I was told that they had information that a Cameroon army was in that vehicle, that hospital vehicle, and they were not aiming at that nurse. They were not trying to target civilians. The target was a Cameroon military vehicle. And I had to take the responsibility because we are the ones in the front talking on behalf of the struggle. And I approached the Baptist convention and the family and to apologize. And I explained to them, the boy who carried out this attack from Buffaloes, they were not targeting this woman. It was a mistaken identity because they knew that there was a military man there, but there was no military man in that vehicle. And we apologized. Following that intervention I did, the United Nations Humanitarian Coordinator released a press statement asking that Ambazonian leaders should refrain from hindering access for medical services. So it was basically a warning. It could have been different. The United Nations coordinator could have asked for the international arrest warrant for the coordinators of Buffaloes of Balinyonga and all those people who were in the diaspora, including this other big guy who is here in Canada, that they are the ones for Grandpa Bali. They could have been arrested, they could have been in jail, because that was a crime that the international community wanted justice for. And if I didn't take the responsibility to come and protect the integrity of the struggle and explain the side of those boys, it could have been different. So the report that was given to us from 1st May to 10th of May, as I've put there in this report, this was the first time where the Human Rights Watch decided in this report to say that Ambazonian fighters are terrorizing the population. They were now classifying it as a systemic terrorism going on. It is a big deal when Human Rights Watch makes such statement. And all of the so-called leaders, they disappeared. They could not come there to defend Ambazonia. You can only defend Ambazonia on social media and talk here and there. But when the real thing comes, all of them are running away. So it is things like this that I step in and defend Ambazonia that have kept this struggle alive and that have kept people alive. Remember, after this report, the United Nations, the Human Rights Watch, called for a ban of Amazonian leaders who were implicated in human rights violations and also Cameroon government leaders. Paul Atanganji was also targeted during that time because he had sent out a warning. Paul Atanganji had sent out a warning to Radak, threatening some Cameroon NGOs guys. This guy of how do they call this? Their NGO. I forgot the name of that. The NGO. Atanganji. It's called Philip Nanga. The scandal of Philip Nanga, where Atanganji Paul, people who are working for him in the Cameroon intelligence, sent him a message telling him that after the Nations Cup, they are going to wipe out the enemies of Pobia. That is the promise made by Atanganji Paul to him. And so we were told that he's going to be in the list of those who will be targeted for sanction by the Americans. That is why Abacha was sanctioned. It wasn't only him. Atanganji Paul and the other people were there, but they removed them when Pobia started to go towards Russia. So our people have to know the truth. It's very important. While people think that sometimes we say it just because we want to say it, but it is very important to protect the integrity of the struggle. So I want to show you people the reality on the ground and tell you the truth so that Ben will, if you are fighting for the people, you should know. We all knew what happened in Bamenda on that fateful day in July. Where did I keep my notes? We all know what happened in Bamenda in July. In August, in Nanga Street, in August 2021, No, not that one in August 2021. I've lost my notes. But we all know what happened where an ADF soldier was shot in Bamenda. And Ayabacho accused the Francophones. The next day, the same ADF boys, they went there to Nangan Junction, removed people from their house, and killed them. Remove people from the house and kill them. This is the real face why they may want to be under illusion and pretend that people are attacking the egg of sea. This is the reality of the egg of sea on the ground. And let me play the video once more so that you all people should see. It seems like the video is elusive. Okay. I'll try to sort out the video and play the video for you people to see the real face of what is going on, so that anybody who is rational, reasonable, who is fighting for our people should be able to stand up for them. Unfortunately, those videos are not coming, so I'll just conclude it here. So my fellow country people then, what is the reason they are trying to attack me is because of what? We are fighting to end the kidnapping and the attacks against our people that have given our people a sour taste of our struggle. We are fighting against this because it is the right thing to do. We are fighting for an alternative solution, a non-violent approach to the right of self-determination, because we believe that is only what can work. They are unable to articulate or present any alternative way to fight for the right of our people for self-determination. That's why they resort to blackmail, name-calling, and fabrication or misrepresenting our position, because they have no case. Should we continue to follow people and buy into false hope when we know that the end will only be total destruction of our community and our identity? Or we should look for a way and cut our losses and secure for our people a future where they can exercise their right of self-determination and govern themselves and organize business for themselves, establish an international business status where our people can travel back home, land in a Bamenda airport, go to Boya, go to Kumba, ship their containers to Tiko Seaport, Victoria Seaport, and receive it home, where we can preserve the Afreseka monument. We can rebuild all those our heritage to build back our structures of our country, institutions that protect our own people, where we can have our own municipal police and end the tyranny and corrupt practices of the gendarmerie of Cameroon within our territory, where we can live in peace even with Francophones and be a hub in that part of the world where everybody can be happy. That is what we are pushing for. That is what they are fighting against. People like Ben Will and many others who came into this struggle maybe with good intentions, but have also caught the fever of the poison of partisanship that have blinded them to logic, that have blinded them to the love of our people. Freedom does not come before survival. Survival comes before freedom. When the survival of a people are threatened by a quest for freedom, the right thing for them to do is to fight and protect their own survival first, and then position themselves to fight for freedom subsequently. Have a good day, everybody. God bless you. Capo Daniel, looking out for you, signing off.